He's just going to abduct the funeral and do whatever he wants. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mr. PCM. Of course, I'm going to be coming back. Because the person who's speaking from the other end is Blaze Zambia, Umulilo, fire. When you come here, you are pressing. I just know that in Deku Baba, Warasharanga Kapanga, Urioto Achibika Muchibaya. Right. At this particular moment, I would like to open the microphone to, wow, I like giving Mama Lillian the beast, I call her the beast lady, to. Okay. Mother, are you ready for
now?
Okay. Great. Thanks. All right. I'm throwing the microphone to Madabwa.
Yes, Blaze, opportunity.
I want you to feel free and give us express yourself concerning Ididiashi Yaba former takeaways.
But Blaze, I think it could be last part. Question watching Gypsy. There's a last part that I also want to say. I don't know if you can allow me to conclude.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so guys, the question was about the matter that is in court. Okay, so now when you look at the way the court passed that judgment, our government, as usual, lied to the South African courts to say, due to the public, the Zambian people want the body of ECL to come to Ghana. But did the HH consult Silver Blaze? Did he consult me that you want the body to come? Never. He was only saying that based on his personal interest and what he wants to do with the body of Balungu. And the court passed that judgment and divided by that there is a law in Zambia. Do we have a law that prescribes how the former Republican president should be buried? There's no law in Zambia that says so. But they lied and they said based on the Zambian law and based on the agreement between the family and the government, we decide that the family hands over the body to Balungu, but that was not correct. That's why we disputed and the matter is in court. And today, you can't have a foreign state coming to our courts demand rights that are protected by our constitution. There is a law in Zambia that states how Lungu should be buried, and that is not correct because we don't have that law. That's why our lawyer is fighting hard to say the judgment that was passed was against the rights of Balungu and was against the South African law where Balungu died and where the matter was taken in court and where Esther Lungu is. So if we have to use the law on the funeral of Balungu and how we are going to bury, we have to use the law where everything happened and where Esther Lungu is and where the matter was taken to court. So the court is South Africa, Balungu died in South Africa, but Mama Esther is in South Africa. We have to use the South African law, not a Zambian law. That's what I wanted to say, Kulasti. Thank you very much.
All right. We had Mama Pruni on the first box there. She wanted to say something, but I would like you to come back, Mama Pruni, so that we can have that moment, so that we hear from you. We hear your views, my dear sister. Please come back. At least if you can we can hear you for just maybe 2 minutes. I could see the messages rolling from the people saying we want to hear from Mama Pruni, but I wasn't paying attention to the comments. I've just seen them now. I would like you to come back and give us your contribution, my dear sister. Are you here, Mama Pruni? Let me try to check you out. Okay, she's here. Mama Pruni, please, I've sent you that request. Please accept and come and give us your contribution before. I know baking oko. Finish off baking the twist. My dear sister, please. I apologize. I wasn't paying attention. I've just seen the messages. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Papa
after competition.
Right.
I just wanted to contribute something when was it PC, the first speaker?
Yeah.
In 2022, if we remember very well, ECL's house was actually broken into. That's a former president's house, and at that time, he had state security. And state security is not something to joke with. So how can a former president's house be broken into? That already shows us that this person wasn't treated as a former president. Then in 2023, the state withdrew, in May 2023, the state withdrew his state security. I don't know if anybody remembers, but I remember this very well because I remember that.
Stories. And they got everything from him.
They started by withdrawing his state security. That's before he even went back into active politics. Because he went back into active politics in October. But in May, they withdrew his state security. So they didn't treat this person as a former president even before he went back into active politics. Then today they should come and tell us they want to give him a dignified burial. This person was never treated as a president by HH even when he was still president. He was never treated as a president when he left office. Then today he wants to come and tell us that they want to give him a dignified burial. So I also gave this little background just so that people can understand how much hatred HH had towards ECL. And then with the kind of hatred HH had towards ECL, do you think HH would want to spend all this money on ECL for nothing? You people in the comments, you praise singers, you zombies who are thinking, oh, the president wants to give him a dignified burial, or the president just wants to perform his duties. Do you think this is a man who was stopped from seeking medical attention? They said they didn't have money to pay his hospital bills. He said he would pay his own bills. They still didn't allow him. Then today, he wants to spend our money, our taxpayers' money, on ECL. That is not in good faith. It can never be in good faith. HH can never do anything for ECL in good faith. There's more to this than meets the eye. It's juju and nothing else. We'll call it as it is. It's juju and not just about a dignified burial. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mama Prune. My apologies because wow, you know, I wasn't paying attention. I apologize once more, my dear sister. I understand. I'm sure pa kalefwa ya nomba ni dina pa nomba pa.
Padana chikamutukako.
Those are the future leaders. And right now, of course, you've heard it from my dear sister. She says, Juju. What are you from Quainendo sheets that advise Vaka in the Chidama? I'm sure I'm to my comment section, which I'm Vendo sheets that advise Vaka in the Chidama. What is Vendosh? Can you somebody to give me that name? Somebody, anybody? Can somebody give me the name of the witch that advises Vaka in the Chidama? Does anyone know the witch? Indo sheets that advise president. Oh, we abantu bali shibendo shimwelesa. Fire. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm gonna give the microphone to Mr. Okay, I mentioned Mr. Dabua. Mr. Dabua, good evening, my dear brother. Please go ahead with your contribution once more.
Inewa brezi nara wonfyo rudi mirwesu
Enditae.
Inefuna nalanda vyakweba ati pali fyonsefi ubuntu tampuli nishinalandirefi after feba HH baishire mupawa ba president besu abayashi balikere tondoro bayikerezi chisho bashire kitaba HH bayisambo okutonkola bayise okumutima bakutontukola kumutima ekintu kishinga ndera ndapo bashira mbokuya kuri ba mama Esther kwambo okubakonka And then the president weswali kalabai chino kutatawe.
I don't know what has happened to Mr. Dabwa. Mr. Dabwa. Okay. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Yes. Wakateka weswamu no kweba chiteti njikalefe nde muno mkashwandi bale muchitape security teti njikalefe. Hapo bashirebwe rukweba pakuti mpusu sholu parwandi. Ufile na bwera mu active politics. And then na ifo bena zambe fo baleka fo balema twale mu fyonse fya legitika. And then apa bafa ba ECL umuntu mwine ualefa pazufu bale fo bale kitaba yeche chimo fe no kwipa. And then umuntu mwine ulula afwa ese eminine ese namkulanda ifintu ifisuma pali ulo muntu wale o apatire o tawate mwene. And then chintu chimbi chakweba ati ibalyo balefu okweba tise kuno ku Zambia. Immediately bakesa isaba body aba isi obaisa kuno chitwashika. Tukesa umfati bakesa apunda tikwenyu. And then ifufwe na Zambia tukese tuleta mbafe vifi. Infwa ila leto ubulandanga nambo kuibukushapo. Mlandoshi uyu muntu ngatwarosha na ngoro waishire mpawa. Tachari chakweba tibaisi yo bayi minesyo kwa ndefanka be president. But lesenshira muletere moyo muntu. Mulechita. Ichintu chiretu kalipa ifwe. Chiretu kalipa. Aba ba echecho butule muna pali ino nshita. Tawale ichonzo cho walechi. Kwa chita kwati abena Zambia bachite balefa bakese mukubomvya 2026 kwati mwabena Zambia momona ba former face bashika ku South Africa ni namirete na Muzambia mu bachitefa chilivyo ero bafuile ba ECL ngabali umuntu wakweba ati chachine ule alefo kweba ati afuishe fo wena Zambia bonsefu alefo attach the United charo chino pano tulelanda ngali yakulya ku South Africa kuli ba mama Esther Lungu no kubebo kweba ati regardless ya fintu ifya chitike lekeni uyu muntu tumushike munshidei inecho na alafu acha kweba ati imwe na ine sisi mo musherepo ishakwete shitari yakwati ndombe obwerero kuli uyu muntu na lalombo obwerero kuli imwe bantu imwe nimwe mwe balipo. I'm sure mama Esther Lungu bantu ngabali chitanda toka umuntu tai na elela now nabekala ku state house kuli katunya ni community house nabekala and then ifo tulebepwa ko bati awalefo kwe bati bachite United chalo awe ichalo tachileba United mulando kwe bati bale balando ko bati bado ikesebera mu Zambia no inava ningaranda fya kwe bati ngachiri chaya no kwe bati bashike ku South Africa kani bashike kapwini kozi wena baba yechechaba umupashi waba ECL uleba lolosha muno mubekere uleba lolosha bale chitokwa jonse nga bafimbana ku mutwe ECL alesa ku mutwe aleba lolosha uyu muntu afuire omuntu wakayele nga mwamwana ba ECL nero bale deka ifintu nga baisa twese balande nishachashupa fi. So, fwe na Zambia, can twist gamezo. And then chimbi chinto chinalala ndecha kwe bati. Fwe na Zambia 2026. They can to bomb from flow. Njefo ba praise baranda chinakushu. Ichallenge lo kwa UPND se mbawa. Alabe na ba echiba tupini aba. Aba tawa vote lepo. Bena ba mono kwe bati panti sha vote bo ena rasi anti bombe. Va vote na beshwele.
What did he show?
Chibali onawire mavoti yabo. So ichinto cho ngamiwa chakwe bati apapere pali inoshita kufire kupose kwa mano tuikatani ngatwali batemwene ba ECL they can 2026 ude ko bukafune
Not to the land of Pakanwafi. We also at the ECL. Afida ebo kwebati iri NRC and na voters card nala ibomfya mukitaona president wandulele mu manda inafa ningabo wakulanda ba place. I submit.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. Thank you so much for that beautiful submission. Of course, we are looking into the case of the former Republican President, Dr. Edgar. We have to use but we does not care about what the Zambian people are going through, what's going through the minds of the Zambian people. Remember, we have got Manda Eoba Imba Murichino Chalo Chesucha Zambia. Have you been notified what is happening? Manda, have you asked yourselves to say, Finshi Village Tika? Manda, you have not been told. Has it been buried? Of course, you have been seeing a lot of accidents now. It was just yesterday when I received a very disturbing video in the Copper Belt. I believe that is Copper Belt where but my God, I can't even try. I can't. Idiemanda ama motoka yale PHP the whole country umuriro wamba from nowhere. We need to understand that this is what we know and we understand kwebati kwali befintu bichitikanga mwa imbe manda mwa ileka ukwabula ukushikwa omuntu. So at this particular moment, I've got Mr. Revolution. I would like to hear your voice, Mr. Revolution. Good evening and welcome to the program, my dear brother.
All right, thank you very much. Bless. Good evening, family. Me, I just want to say on the case hearing, which is in South Africa. If you paid the attention, the family lawyer exposed the South African court and the Zambian government in the first place. Second, he educated them. He started educating them on how the law must be applied. So it shows to us that in the first place they didn't do what the law requires them to do, but they just did something that to suit their interest. And we thank God that that man came at the last minute. And today things have started now getting exposed. And we've learned something where I said that you can't reinstate the benefit per stump. And that is true. It's gone. The rights are for the living. You can't bring the rights on somebody who's dead. How is he going to use? She even said that those now powers remains with the spouse. And it was clear. And here in Zambia, even if we learn the law, we don't have a law. Balanda fe law now, which law we want them to quote? That law, which article in our constitution, which says that the president must be buried like this? Or they just give the reference, the history on how somebody was buried. But it's not something which is written in the Zambian constitution. And even he went ahead to expose them to say that one he died with his immunity and his benefits. Lungu died without his benefits. This is why I'm saying that one exposed both the previous ruling and the Zambian government and started teaching them on how things must be. I come to the HH who is insisting that we have to give ECL a dignified send-off. If you remember very well, last time when they went to the house of Balungu, when they wanted to arrest Esther Lungu, there was that policeman, the one in charge of that operation, who was at the gate. He never called the former president that Your Excellency or President. He used to call him Mr. Lungu. And one of the former ministers, is it Bakampiongo or someone else? Even I saw Fulwa, amwewa ati iwe ufule ule kwa tumuchinji. This one was your boss, and he's still your boss. You can't call him that Mr. President or Your Excellency. Why are you calling him by his name, Mr. Lungu? Because he has a title. So now, despite warning that person that nothing happened, he continued calling him the former president that Mr. Lungu, Mr. Lungu. But even when he went, they left. They never disciplined that person. Now, are these the same people that you can expect to give the dignified send-off to Edgar Lungu? No. All they just want is they just want to do something that we don't know. Something magic or whatever. Or maybe because we know that he wants to go and stand there, seeing the body of the former president, Baleng Shamchirindi, Minina, to show that I've crashed, I've won. Nothing else that he wants. And if I am if I'm on it, Ninguina, I've crashed this person, is dead, I've buried him, he will never rise. That's what he wants. Second reason, we've known Marichos. We know. Some people associated to some chiefs who boasted to say that Balalala Mumanda for 2 days, Bafumamo they are alive. They said it was there on news. Nishi Muntua no Mungaladira Mumanda. And those are the people they associate with. Okay? So if they associate together Tikabola La Inda na Kabola La Munango, do you know what they do? We don't know. So now our prayer should be Lungu must be buried after the UPND government is out of power. But for now, let's just pray that case, the family should win and let's bury Lungu in South Africa. And we wait even if after 20 years. That's when Lungu should bring Lungu in. But this time I'm telling you the truth. Don't make that mistake. These guys are conmen. They will bring sweet talk, do whatever. But once the body is in Zambia, you see everything changed. They will do now whatever they want because they have power. So this time, don't even try a mistake to pay attention or listen to whatever they are saying. This time, let's just stand at the point that Lungu, this time, as long as these guys are still in power, Lungu must be buried somewhere else outside Zambia. You see, that's Zimbabwe or South Africa. Lungu must come when these guys are out of the government. That's when Lungu can come, because we know that the people are going to stand there, bury Lungu. It will be in a genuine way. Not this hypocrisy that we are seeing. Lungu was a bad person. Despite Lungu leaving the office, he remained mute. But them every day, Baliranda no, Bali na wile sana. Uyali ni kabola ala. Mundala matamuli. Tatu sangefi. Muntu taleranda mwambo konka family yako. You reached an extent muntu kumukanya kuya kuchipatara. Then futi yo kumulasa nombo muntu. Somebody is sick, you want to stop somebody to go to the... Your same was no kusende mfuti wa mushuta. And we've seen is that what has contributed to him, because he delayed to go for treatment. So this time we should not listen that no, bafuribaye nangwaya yerere, that is a hypocrisy. That the thing is, don't listen to whatever they say. Let just the family refuse everything and bury in South Africa and wait when they're out, the body will come. Akesa one day, Mzambe, people will bury Lungu. Mushite mwiko. And in a genuine way.
Thank you so much.
That's my contribution, Press. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Revolution. Of course, a very powerful submission right there. Of course, we have received Mama Chitoto. We need to balance Badamayo, Filafina, Washtata. So after Mama Chitoto, we're going to have Mr. Joseph, Uncle Joseph.
Know that. It's just that I usually have a bit of conflict in terms of time. Right. So if you don't contribute because I'm at work. So like today, I just said, let me just go because I've been touched by what has happened, what happened in that courtroom. So my My contribution right now, let me start by telling Ama praise singers. Praise singers who like wasting their time coming here to talk rubbish. Like Kodia, that lady at Betty, whatever, Chana Killer or something, who was saying Madongo Dongo. You people, do you know that you don't love your president? Because if you did, you would advise him correctly. Not if you formulate and you're just watching.
Sorry, to disturb you. Repeat that sentence again. On they don't love the president.
Yeah, I'm saying they don't love their president because they have a chance when they have seen that he's doing wrong things and they keep on clapping and applauding him. Someone is doing wrong things and you're there saying, Kwenyu, what? Have you seen what has come out today? I know PC Moon mentioned, but I think he left one part, which I want to add, about what the lawyer said today when he said, I'm not here to show you that you were wrong, but find it ridiculous for a foreign government to ask our sovereign courts to impose their own country's abuse of court systems to ours. Have you understood that, Imoma Praise Singers? So people out there now know that our courts are being abused in Zambia, and you want to take that abuse to a foreign court, really? So that's why I'm saying you praise singers do not love your president, because this ridicule is all on him. He's the only one who's so much up in arms trying to get Bodi Abachagwa and lying and saying it's in the interest of Zambians when he knows it's not. Yes, we all want our president to be buried in Zambia, but with what has happened and what he's doing, and we know he's not capable of giving our former president a dignified burial, we have agreed to just say, Baba Shike Fioko Queen. But now look at what is coming out. And this shows that you don't love him. Instead, but the best thing you can do is advise your president to say, just withdraw that case, but to say Pafula. But with him, I think he's not touched. So he's okay with whatever is going on as long as he gets what he wants. But last you praise singers, you lead your president. There's this story. I don't know how many people have read it, but I know because it's been there for long. Have you heard of the story called the Emperor's New Clothes? That emperor who paraded this is what you are doing to your president. And you're busy clapping. When you 2090 Papa photo, like, are you for real? Tell this man to do the right thing. But to say banya pafula. Benanga balefo kusebana palast bakendo bwamba. And now we are going to clap because that's what he wants. People have tried. Can you just go and talk to the family and then mulechita continue ububupuba? This is not good for Zambia. This is not good. We are now washing our dirty linen in the public. South Africa, London, they know that our justice system, our courts are being abused. And now you want to take that to a foreign country. This is clear now. I think they have even just accepted. They just can bring it out to say Kachabinga that Kapuva AI. That's why this man said he's disappointed that his people are allowing a foreign country to go and do that in their courts. So praise singers, be real. If you are real, tell your president the truth. This is the time. Let him withdraw that case. Because I don't know what they want to see now beyond this. This is too much. This is too much. Instead of coming here to insult us, go and talk to that man.
HH doesn't have that sense of shame. Chipuba chinangwa. So nangwa liubwamba mwamwe bati nice chalo mfa kweno kai chinangwa.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Mama Chitoto, have you landed?
I think I have, mwe. Barakadifyo mutima babantu.
Yeah, Mr. Blaze.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Mama Chitoto. Thank you for that submission. I would like to give the microphone to Uncle Joseph, and then from there, I'm going to give it to Mr. Rodwell. Uncle Joseph, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening to you. Good evening, good morning to the panelists, depending on where you are. Thank you very much, Blaze, again, for blazing for the nation of Zambia. You are such a voice that has stood out and is speaking for the greater good of our nation. Really, good evening to you. I want to pull out, first of all, in my submission, I want to pull out a text from the Bible, that is Psalms 10, verse 7. It says, his mouth is full of cursing, deceit, violence, trouble, and malice are under his tongue. His mouth is full of cursing, deceit, and violence. Trouble and malice are under his tongue. What are we talking about? You know, we had a change of government in 2021, and our government is solely run by the executive, that is the president. The president is supposed to preside over the affairs of the nation entirely. Simply put, he becomes the father of the nation to everyone, whether those that voted for him or those that did not vote for him. He's simply a president. Therefore, he has a mandate to preside, unite the country, regardless of their tribe, status, and everything. Over the issue of ECL, when ECL lost power, he humbly accepted the defeat, and a loving father and a loving man of the nation at that moment said, I'm willingly going to do that. There were voices that had come to him as he confessed, saying, no, there were some people that were saying, you should actually petition these results and don't accept the results and things like that. But being a man of principle, a humble man, he said, no, I'll put the nation interest first, not my own interest. Of course, he had the right, he had the power, he had the army, he had everybody, but he chose Zambia first. And, gracefully, he went there with his daughter and walked the walk of shame, received the booing, the insults, and our current president endorsed that by not rebuking, nor recognizing the gesture and the love, humility, the leadership that was shown, except for one lady, that lady, the Commonwealth lady, who acknowledged and thanked, Edgar Chagwalungu for having, handed power willingly, without any force, without anything. He humbly handed over power to our current president, HH. At that moment, he was made, booed and everything. The shame, I can't just imagine it. When he felt that after losing power, the ceremony was over, he went back home, and of course he told himself, I'm done. I've done my part, I've done my bit, I've contributed to the democracy and the development of my country. I did the infrastructure and everything. When that happened, he said, it is over. I think he went and told the Patriotic Front and said, I'm done. I'm done. But they pleaded, they said, no, you can't, just go on sabbatical leave. All right? So we saw quickly things unfolded the way they unfolded. Here we are. Our president, because of his bitterness against Edgar Chagwalungu, he hated him with passion. He hated him with passion, that cannot even be described in the context of the human nature. That was unreasonable, because he had the power, he had the country, he had everything at his disposal. And all he needed to do is to continue governing the nation, because he fought and won
what he wanted. The people of Zambia said, here it is, we've given you. It's not that he did it himself. It is the people of Zambia that gave him as a gift. They felt we needed a leader, and here you are. Please lead us according to your promises. But he refused to be a president. He continued to fight a man who had not waged any fight against him at that moment. We saw him ridicule the man at every given opportunity that he stood on a podium. We saw him, fight ECL, stop ECL from, exercising his right to walk on the land, on the sovereign land of Zambia. He could not be allowed to jog. What's more, it got to a point where he literally just wanted that man to die in our country by refusing him to go and receive medical attention to South Africa. It was at this moment where you see that a person that actually allowed ECL to go to South Africa was actually fired. I want us to see this government as it is. This has drawn me. We are talking about the heart of bitterness against your fellow human beings. We had Judge Muma in Mongu, Western Province. That man was abducted. I want you to look at the hearts of the people that are reading us. He was abducted, heartlessly thrown into Zambezi River, a river that is infested with crocodiles. Then the long media from the government reported way before they were even confirmed that he had died. In their mind, it was said he's dead, he's no more. Why? Because he was presiding over Mumbipili and the other gentlemen who are actually PF. I want us to understand the people that are leading us. They threw him, dumped him, with the hope that the crocodiles will kill him if he doesn't drown. But God is God. He saved that man, and that man survived, and the villagers in the morning rescued him. So, where we are today, when we talk about this government giving a dignified burial, is it genuine? All right? Or it is about winning? For them, all they know is win. We are the ones, that are in charge. We are the ones that are in control. This is not how it ought to be. So, you have a people that can bend provided it benefits them. If truly they meant to give a dignified burial to ECL, what could have happened is they would have not even gone to the court at that particular time. They would have negotiated sincerely. But of course, there is no sincerity when it comes to the UPN government. All they do is pretense. We've seen how all these things have been playing out. Away even from the rhetoric that they've been giving, you can tell the heart that the moment the family makes a mistake and says, yes, we've agreed with the government, we are going to bury ECL in Zambia, what is going to happen? The moment they land at the airport, the family should forget about having control or authority over that body. Immediately, they'll take over and do what they want. Why? Because that is how they've always worked. They'll say this, tomorrow they'll say that. Today was a clear indictment of how finished and corrupt our judicial system is. The way the lawyer presented himself, it was very, very clear. And that case, I don't see it falling on the part of the government because a lot was exposed. That man stood on the Constitution of South Africa. He defended the Constitution of South Africa in his presentation. And the Constitution of South Africa has to be respected by the courts. And that's what we are likely going to see. Whatever happens, I know ECL, the son of Zambian soil, the man that toiled with few words, but more in action, in his performance. He deserves a dignified burial. And that dignified burial, trust me, can never and should never happen under the rulership of our president. We will have someone that is sober, we will have someone who chooses to be a leader of the nation and not of a small grouping. We have a leader who have compassion, love and care, who will preside over that funeral at the right time. I am persuaded to declare that indeed 2026 Zambians have the right to decide. It is a choice that you are to make between evil and good. It is the right that you are to make between light and darkness. It is a choice that you are to make between the sacrifices that ECL made and the scandals and all this hatred towards him. We have the right in 2026 to make a decision. Do we want a decent Zambia? We have lost our dignity. That, you know, that issue in court was broadcasted, you know, throughout South Africa and other African countries. They were watching. We have been ridiculed as a nation. Zambia can do better. And that is clear. A clear position that tells you how bad our governance system has become in the first place. It's terrible, it's horrible, it does not favor any Zambian. We are in big trouble. It is a shame. These things are intermarried. When things are bad, everywhere things become bad.
Yeah. Bupeni hapo.
We need to restore our dignity as a nation. Just as it is in a home, when things are bad in a home, everything just goes bad. And this is what we're experiencing. And worse things are going to come in Zambia, trust me. 2026, let us redeem ourselves as a nation. Let us redeem ourselves. We need this dignity. God is presiding indeed over Zambia, but it will take us. God uses people. We have the right. We have the wisdom that God has given it. If we don't decide right, we shall continue to cry. We shall continue to be ridiculed by other nations and other people. People will continue dying the way they are dying in our roads. Fires will continue engulfing our nation. This is where we are. We are on a crossroad. I thank you, Brother Brace.
Thank you so much, Uncle Joseph. That was very powerful. And of course, tonight, believe me, expect the unexpected on this platform, because the Ishfokulande thing in Fuafina Chileta so the contribution from Mr. Rodwell, and then thereafter we're gonna have the Iron Lady herself, that is Mama Lilian Tambo, and she's hated by many of these praise singers, but again, trust me, we love her because she's one person who stands for the truth. And she had to find after she had supported Haga in the Ichilema, now she saw to say, this man is a bitter man. How can I support the president who is so bitter? Every time he keeps on talking about himself, saying it's me, everything is about him. And Mama Lilian, that's the time you saw her on media. Most of the media houses had shared her resignation, and she said that there is no way I'm going to continue praising this man, because I understand that there is nothing for me here. And of course, the Zambian people are suffering. Why must I stay? A person who is an advocate, I advocate for the people of Zambia, not for one individual who is Hakainde Hichilema. She said, I'm going to stand for the people of Zambia, and that's what she has done. And for that, Mama Lilian, I salute you, my dear sister. May you continue to burn. May you continue throwing that fire, because that's what we need. We need people like you. You've been amazing. You've really been amazing because of your job that you are doing. At this particular moment, I would like to give the microphone back to Mr. Rodwell Mwale. Mr. Rodwell Mwale, is it Mwale or Mwale? Are you from Chipata, sir?
Mwale. Dimube mbaine.
Oh, Mwale. Okay. Right. For those of you that don't know, there is Mwale na Mwale. So these are different, but just the pronunciations. They come from Chipata, and then we have got Mwale also in the northern region. Right. Mr. Rodwell, please go ahead with your contribution concerning our father, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu's.
Mr. Braze, I think missing a sana lero pana nikanepa issue ya lero. Mimi missing a sana, and thank you to Mamariri Mtambo and Mamariri Mtambo mkonka nyepo fye and na limitemwa sana. Kumitemwa sana and once papane wapa I hope once to the bwino ama families yesu ya bwino. Yeah. Mr. Brezi inecha namba wanocho ninda balira po okulanda icha festi musebanya ule chitika mcharo chechu Zambia icho bakateka beso ntire kateka wenu nambonga nikateka wabo tale chimona icho tale mona Fefya kwa batu muntu wale mapanganda ijaketi nali tulika omukashale mwafati bushen mbonako kunume jaketi life buna tedi life buna but nali tulika ambabala abantu abale monako bale ushoyo muntu ta uli ali no mukashwa ko tamwe na jaketi dako nali tulika efire chitika pa bamndala so nomba ichidi apa bamndala nangu ichachi bapo pa bushuku bwale chakwe bati tusufiri okusambirira po chimo nanguli nkomia nanguli mpofu apa peno furi okumona nangu kumfwa fyachira chitika lelo South Africa bamnala fyachira chitika South Africa limo fyachira mfuisha limo ububi limo fyamfuisha insansa kupati yeskozi ni sada bwana lero shishibe echo social media kuba nensu ba UPND ili bali quiet tondoro what means mumto you know bamndala ba Brezi ichintunga chire chitika ichiwe is either chibi chisumufire wa tambirira pochimo muri bumuntu fyofo naishi baine muri bumuntu and pafichitika pachiro cha bamndala ba Dr. Edgar Chagwarungu kuti twalanda ati ubuloshi not ka witchcraft kali aka nono ichibuloshi chiri echikuru what echa abapo not runane nokuti kwati echa abapo you know ichintu nomba apa chifikire nangoko cha eko chifikire chimulandu kwakobo kutilati if apa chifika na nani kane lawyer weso nipakwebo kutilati instead ya kutala nde fyati mwalili ya mwema judges nomba alanda indirect instead ya kulanda direct alanda indirect because of what if you are goes to if you are ruling ne ya case nefyo achirondo rofu achilale Paulo bamndala umusungu kwamboku baledi kumesa epoloya wabo aresu mino kutilati bode ifwire yasangwa kuliba kubene ba ready bamukaba former president fuire fye ukukwata chile chitumbi ngachakutira ba government balase basumini oke muluni ngokutira toke basende ya body ye kuzambia barata bale yako balashika shani nangu muzambia Zambian law yali la nipisopo yalando kutira tiyo ichitumbi chifure cha sangwa kuli ba government ye bafuire okushika which article andofuna lela ndapona kunu moku balela nda amapressing balela ndo kutira yo lifunde efo lya balifunde which article epo chale mbwa ni pisa and uteko bwa Zambia and buletu twala kwi eko buletu twala nga chakutila twala ikalira muri fifina tyo nabachitadero mairo fyala ndi kwati yo ba president bali fye bwino bale bomba ba president yo bali fye bwino bale bomba echo bale fwaya chinshi ni femu bafwaya femu ukuyikwata kubomba bwino ngefya bombero munabo turebukisha malega shofo basha ba Dr. Edgar Chagwarungu my president my favorite president efo basha bali Stephen Twifinge muzambia that's why umuntu ukuba social ukuba bwino kubantu is very important not umunobe ngatawuse kana abantu you don't think ngatawuse kana abantu nishino umunobe nawe natete asekena abantu no filofo bale chitaba mndala ba joking ekofye ati otalingiro ku joking alefo okubwerera mu politics aye ku church
hello
Hello.
Wala mtonsomba fyo munabo kula msonsomba fye ukumufuaidikisha twa mukumufuaidikisha nomba mwise mutemwe bode yakoyo mwapatilio lwali umumi ono takwabo ko bapela twali bweseshe na yala bapela twali bweseshe kwali ko bapela ekitumbi we muyepela ama benefits mupele ekitumbi ama benefits.
Mr. Rodwell, please check your microphone.
Baba ono tafyaka kitike napo. So wandini ichire chitika muzambia ba president Chiweme and mama lili mtambo please mwebali ko kunse ya fyalo tulelo mbafe mwebali ko kunse ya fyalo ya charwa kutulandile niko tatwishibe ubuteko bwesu ichabamo na advisor
bo seven fire na imwe nefine mule chita mulevo batakwa boko bakunse ya chalo kumunyamula fetwala munyamula fyaka inde tule mposoko
bamdana na mwisbat alafire mfushe chifukushi na isafika ku point yako bati iyo bola ya bazambia chilateka na tsala ndafter babengisha wanzi na tsala ndati na video ni mpanga pona titakwaba na ngufechika becha musango shani charota chakabwerelepo mposition mubiri waba Edgar Rungunga tawakabe banshi mufyo ofwiri okushikwa tachakabwerelepo mposition andi ngatatufumishe point ngurusho tukwete pabusiko walero icharo chileo naika andi abakale bali abalela ndukutira tu umuntu nga mwamubika pabutunguru shako na ule charo balale sale babomfya le sale batumino mupashi wakulanda mashu kupitira muri bena bali abantu even ba doctor Kenneth Kaunda bali landirepo and for sure fe balela ndefe tulemo na mushiko bwalero nga mwayibukisha ba Dr. Edgar Chagwarungu efe balela nda efe le chitika pabushiko bwelero so nombanga natu ikala fe tuleto tafye 2026 ya Afrika apa balela nda chitatukwete strong opposition opotuli echo belaba strong opposition opotuli.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Rodwell. Thank you so much, my dear brother. This particular moment, I would like to open the microphone for my dear sister, Mama Lillian Mutambo, so that she can also give us the analysis concerning the former Republican president's case. It happened this morning where they were submitting. Of course, the submission was done way back on the appeal that the family of the former Republican president should appeal on the judgment that the South African High Court had given, and they did the application of which we were expecting by now the appeal to be but unfortunately we don't know what happened, and we want to hear more, like we have heard more today. We are going to hear more, and of course it's not now that this case is going to be ending. That's what I know. So at this particular moment I would like to open the microphone for Mama Lillian so that she can give us her own analysis. The Iron Lady, good evening, and once again welcome to the program. Please shoot. Mama Lillian, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you?
I'm good, my dear sister. Please, I know the press singers, they are waiting for you to shoot them. I want you to shoot them with
Let me get the jacket. Yeah.
precision. Please go ahead and hit them where it hurt most. Because he says, hi guys, thanks. Cape Town and South Africa love Zambia. Of course, this is the person who is in South Africa and is just saying that he's loving the moment and he loves Mother Zambia and he loves the Zambian people. Thank you so much, Mr. Vikusi, for coming through. Thank you. Mama Lillian, are you busy right now? Maybe we can bounce to another person, then we come back to you later. Are you?
Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. Let me sort out the TV. I'm coming. Just give me 2 minutes.
Thanks.
And I would like you, if your analysis on your audio where the lawyer was speaking, if it's available, would like to hear it from your end, because you did the analysis perfectly, and we would like to hear the voice of the lawyer. The people, they want to hear what was discussed in the courts of law. And this particular moment, as you're preparing, my dear sister, I would like to open the microphone for Vakafundisha. Vakafundisha, mweva fitekerensa kwekana besa mulopwe nati mwaiseni pa vekana chalo mwalisha wavena Zambia ma disciplinary barefo kuchita discipline hakainde ichilema by showing him the door. My dear Kafundisha, I'm saying good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Ara tukamulanga icho tatala mona pomwipe sonde. Tukamulanga chakuti. Barera ndati opposition takuli ala Yehova lesale emyene ilivwe. Ukulimya so yaiminina. Mwilibo mulamwini okwisa afuma mwentungulu shumupwirapo. Kutampa fe nekufya tambile. Nenda weke sharp again. Kutampe kwe chililwe chichachitikire. Abantu, they were not concerned. Lero fira iranga fya pa utatutu. Ngafira turanda ati umusengu wato besha kambasa amani. Abene bakawundi batira ati mitetenga ya rubafu ya murengera rupapara efire chitikapa ukusende fintu kwati pamansansa tachifai kwa iyo pantu kulingana fye nevo twaishiba according to tradition ifero natara ero na monapo turepo na fyarirwa ero na fimonapo one mulai mbeni ndio mubirita mula umona. You are creating chaos. You've created chaos in this country. Every day, Zambia now has become toxic of death. Oh, na kupia bantuku, na bepayo muntuku, na kuchitika accident fee, na tuwali mueva. Katushia mfuwa tukalandeshani. Shiken chirindi. And in future ngachali chakwe bati abene ba family basomero mukese imba chimbi icho shikeni. One, icho filia chichene mefilia chishimbe chabipisha sana. Ichakwe bati uli onse kuti ayabula pwelo bapali achita concoction ero tuwala afuange efiturefu shikeni icho chirindi ngakuti abali apa. Those that are connected to those people, balaba M23, balaturei tatu M23, nabena kasongo, please tell them, bari tintani no mubiri, kutintana na family pa mubiri wabo. Takwaba. Mukuchimona kwa ndiandi in my own thinking, in my own wisdom. Abantu, it's like they wanted all this. It's like they planned this. In my own understanding, pano na Africa, neko na fuma, norutambi, per tradition in this country. Ndechi mwana kwa ati, fefile tulanda ati uburoshi bwene mumuji. And they know exactly what they are doing. Because to start with, takwaba kwimba, takwaba. Chira chiri indina na mupapa.
We are crossing over.
Whoever told you that inga mwaimba chiria chikaba muri umusango. Chire telefie mfwa. Erwe mfwa ko shiresa mukufuma. Ikulukuwa kwa bata kuishibi kuno kuishibi kwa tumuela wa mfwa afya ule pupa mchalo chonse. You dug that grave for the former head of state. Kateka watekele chino chalo. He was loved by all. He did works for every Zambian. Everyone knows his name. Ero mwaya imba mwita mwene mwabishi mwabishitanefi ya kuchita kula kwele kuchiri njukuli ya shani. How bane? Chila chiri ndi chimwa chile represent flag flag ndo shishira bulasha kususula kwa kasalo ukwe mkusitefia chabe na flag mwalo we jalo
no ushari mwale bamo leo mfuatu leo butika
26 bane mumbeshe mwe bali hapa. I know you have a lot of followers that you can influence. I know you have a lot of people out there that you want, that you are influencing up to now. Mubombeshe so that is jedi bwelidia since wali anda tapari nto jedi bwelidia likeme fidia kwa ali ukuvota at 2.8 bavotela wiwini olipo ala chikabipisha chikabipa miroshile because one mwayabula amafunde na chimbiri balimbira ati mwe babuteko mwerati tikisha abantu ku mafunde mwayabula saipa mwabikako ukaka abantu patunwa ati ungala ndefi nishi ari against no buteko twala ikata ngefine ba praise you always say I'm a target. Mama Radiant, she's a target. Everyone that speaks is a target. Even I, Fintel, and I'm a target. I'm a target to someone of Yoko. But that is wrong. Elo Yehova le soyala lo le shiala mona. Ala mona. Ngaisa puto mwela. De mwela wa change eka ekafi. Ukabuku kapwefu koti fia kuti. Fia mushilo. 2026 fi koti fia mushilo. Fia isa. Tuachula sana ni mfwa ishota tuishive. Tuachula sana nubuwele wele muli chino chalo. Kula senda abantu kwati nina mashampanga. Yo bane. Yo amalaiti kaleka umwachi. Pushe mwapangwa shari. Pushe inenda ipusha. Ngande tambala ngwa mdala balade ile bala festinda balolesha na balolesha nje. Pushe. Do you watch yourself? Ula ya waika la kufi waya mkupelu ula na chusa ifidelo. So that maironika sosa fimbi. Kwe naka sebanya. Uchiba mwitira tinika sebanya. Ubufi. Uchiba mwitira tinika sebanya. Ewa kashido kukasa. Alenga tuwala chula muli omusango. Ewa kasani liline. Alenga tuwala chula muli omusango. Ubufi. Kintu chibisana. Into chibisana. Because it destroys all and it distorts all. All the plans someone has. Ngawesa mubepo bufina ngumwana kashi. Imbia ligwete ama plani ya tinkesa aba dokta nkasambia ne mwine nkaba dokta. Wa mubepati ne bona alikuwa techuma. Ne bunga kutwalefi nkakubiko nkatide finefi. Ilo sasa ngavya tikanchi ni wa wili bachabe. Wa mona wila future efi akitikapa kutuwe pobu future. So my advice, I'll come back to that. My advice to those that would be in leadership today, to those that are in government today, bury that grave. Because you to
grassroots media.
So that is our teacher, Bakafundisha. What are you seeing show from? Who doesn't know what's right, what's wrong. He just does Mr. Bean governance by jumping like he jumps like a kangaroo. Today, right now he's there. Tomorrow he's.
And yet, Zambian people had no choice but to give him a chance. His wife, Mama Hichilema Mutinta, she's also got a mine apparently in Mukoshi. I don't see the need for why HH is desperately asking for the body and for the Zambian people to give ECL a dignified burial.
Which one has got no...
I can